We may be halfway through the month of February, but I know I am done buying books, so I decided to share with you guys my February book haul a little bit early, so brace yourselves for some very pretty books. Hello everyone, it is Samantha, and I hope you guys are having a great day today. I am coming to you guys today with my February book haul, as I said in the intro. I am done purchasing books for the month of February, and I don't really anticipate purchasing very many books for the next few months, so this might be the last one for a while. I might have another one next month because it's my birthday, and I might ask for some books for my birthday, so we'll see. And I'm very excited about today's book haul because there's a lot of pretty books in it that I was very excited to get because I've had my eye on them for a while, so I'm excited to share them with you guys as well. And I'm actually realizing that most of these books I've actually already read, so that's always a bonus too. So without further ado, let us get started on this February book haul. So the first set of books I have to show you guys are all part of the same series, and they came from my very generous coworker. It is a series where I read the first book that he lent to me last month, and I really, really liked it, and he ended up getting his Kindle working, and he has them on his Kindle, and he said that he would like to gift them to me. So he gave me the series, and I'm very excited, so now I can hopefully power on through the series. That series is the Iron Druid Chronicles by Kevin Hearn, and I read the first book, Hounded, last month and really enjoyed it. It's basically like an adult Percy Jackson story, so it follows our main character Atticus, and he's like a 1,200-year-old or 2,000-year-old druid, and he's living in Arizona now, and he's basically trying to, you know, enjoy his life and live it out in peace, but he is basically being beset upon by vengeful gods, other gods that have their own agenda, monsters, fae folk, things like that, and he's trying to protect this sword that he's had for the past 2,000 years. So he's basically just hanging out in Arizona, running this tea shop. He looks like he's 21, which is what he tells people. He just doesn't tack on the 2100. Yeah, anyway, so it's a fun series. I really enjoyed it. It's humorous and a lot of fun, and I definitely recommend it if you're looking for a light and humorous urban fantasy story. So he ended up giving me most of the rest of the series, so I'm very excited. The first book, of course, is Hounded, which I've already read. Book 2 is Hexed. Book 3 is Tricked. Book 4 is Hammered, and then book 5 is Trapped. And then I still need to get book 6 and 7. Book 8, there's an 8th book coming out this year. So I'm definitely anticipating finishing this series this year because I enjoyed it. And they're not very big, and they go pretty quick. So definitely one I would recommend if you guys are looking for a new urban fantasy series. The next book that I got is one that has been all over BookTube, but I was finally just really curious about it, and I want to experience it for myself, and I'm actually going to be starting it on Monday, and that is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. So I read Shadow and Bone last year. It was okay. It wasn't anything amazing. I mean, I kind of enjoyed it while reading it, but then when I was done reading it, I was kind of like, I don't know, it's okay. But I heard that this one is even better, and I hear that you don't really need to finish reading the Grisha trilogy first, so I decided to pick it up because I'm going to be buddy reading it with a bunch of people on Monday. I am intrigued to see where I fall. I'm going into it with slightly low expectations because it is like super hyped and sometimes that happens. Thrown a glass, I hate it, so we'll see how I feel about it, but I'm definitely excited to experience it for myself and to see how I enjoy it, and I will find out in a couple of days. The next book is one that I have had my eye on for 4 months. It's been everywhere. Everybody's been talking about it. Everybody loves it. And that, of course, is the Harry Potter illustrated edition of the Sorcerer's Stone. I love Harry Potter, as many people do. It was a big part of my childhood. I loved these books. They were just like such a big part of who I was growing up because I adored them so much and I was constantly rereading them. So I really wanted to get the illustrated edition, and this will now make like my 3rd set of the Harry Potter books. So I have the original hardbacks I got when I was growing up, and then I have the new paperback editions, and I got the paperback editions because some of my hardbacks are falling apart because I've read them so many times, but I decided, you know what, I really want to collect these illustrated editions too because they're so pretty, and it is a lot more beautiful than I thought it was going to be. These illustrations are absolutely gorgeous, and I'm going to try and pre-order the Chamber of Secrets this year because that is also coming out in October, and I'm excited. So if I ever have kids, I'll definitely be reading these books to them using these editions because the illustrations are just phenomenal, and I'm finally glad to have this book as part of my collection because I am a book addict and I like pretty books, and this is definitely a pretty book, and it's Harry Potter, so win-win! The next book that I have to show you guys is one that is part of a specific edition of classic books that I've been collecting, and that is the Word Cloud Classics editions, and the book in particular is Sensibility by Jane Austen. I've been wanting to get Jane Austen's individual novels because I have an anthology of her books, but the book is so big and heavy it's kind of cumbersome to read, so I really wanted to pick up her books in single editions. So I already have Persuasion and Emma in this Word Cloud Classics edition, edition that I got a couple months ago, and I absolutely love this edition, and I'm glad to finally own these in individual copies. And so I wanted to pick up Sense and Sensibility in the same edition, and I lucked out because they had a used, very good edition on Amazon for like $6, so you can't beat getting a cheap book, and I absolutely loved it. I love this color too. I like teal. The title is done in pink, and then you have the little butterfly on the spine, and then the end pages on this one look like this. So these are flowers. I don't know if I'll be rereading Sense and Sensibility this year, since I do want to reread Emma and Persuasion first, since those are two of my favorite Austen novels. And then I still need to get Pride and Prejudice in this edition. For some reason, they don't have Northanger Abbey or Mansfield Park, which I'm kind of okay with because those are my two least favorite Austen novels, but I'm hoping they'll come out with those two eventually because they are still releasing books in these editions, so we shall see. But I'm definitely glad to add this one to my collection because these editions are fantastic. Plus, they're really fun to read because they're like flexi bounds. They're super flexible, and the texture of the covers feels really nice. So very nice indeed. So the last two books that are a part of this book haul are probably my two favorite books that I picked up from this month. So I'm very excited to share them with you guys. And the first one is A Treasury of Irish and Fairy Folk Tales. This is a Barnes & Noble leather-bound classic edition, and as soon as I saw they came out with this, I wanted to get it as soon as I could because there's been a couple of times where I have missed out on these. They've sold out before I can get them. So I wanted to get it, and I couldn't help myself, because they are affordable and they're done very nicely. So I'm very excited about this. I love anything to do with Ireland. It is part of my heritage that I feel the most connected to, and I'm obsessed with anything to do with Irish history and mythology and just everything about it. So definitely wanted to get this one, and it is so gorgeous. You have all this gold and silver Celtic knotwork and on the back and on the spine, and then the end pages look like this, and then of course it has the bookmark and the gilded pages, and it is so pretty, and it features tons of different Irish fairy tales and folk tales, and also includes stories featuring saints and kings and queens. And so I'm very excited to start reading bits and pieces of this over the coming months. So very much looking forward to that one. I did also get this one last year, which is like the little mini version of this one, and it only has a few poems and stories into it, and I love this one just as much, but it's nice to have a bigger collection of these stories. So the last book in this book haul is the one that I'm probably the most excited about for this month. Gorgeous book. I'm in love with it so much. And it is this gorgeous version of The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. This is one of my favorite books from my childhood. I love this story, and I've never owned my own copy, so I wanted to buy my own edition of the book. And when I saw this on Amazon, I fell in love with it, and I knew I had to get it, and I am so glad I did. It is this faux leather-bound edition, and as you can see, the flowers, or some of the leaves and flowers, are kind of gilded, and it's this pretty light blue, and the faceplate is so pretty and cute. The pages are gilded, and the spine is done in the gold, and it comes with a built-in bookmark, and then you open it and the end pages are just as stunning. It is this beautiful pastel flowers, and then inside it also has the full color illustrations from the book. So it's a very pretty book, and I'm hoping to reread this one this year as well. And I'm so glad to finally own my own copy and in such a pretty edition. I just cannot get over how beautiful this book is. Like, I really appreciate it when people put a lot of effort into their covers, and the artists that take the time to make these beautiful covers, because you know what? They put in just as much work as the author. They have to like plan it out, and they did a really good job with this one. I really like it. So it's book hug time, people. This book deserves a hug. All the hugs. Alright guys, that is it for my February book haul. You'll have to let me know if you've read any of these books and what your thoughts are, or if you have any other questions or anything you want to throw down in the comments, please feel free to do so. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, happy reading. Bye! And I really enjoy sharing these. I just cannot talk today. What the heck? This one might be the last one for a while because I'm going to, I don't really know. Hey!